Next on our speaker roster, we are traveling to Ireland, and Jamie Googan, who I had the privilege of spending several days with a couple falls ago for the trip of a lifetime as we did stuttering advocacy in Ireland. And it is my pleasure and the greatest honor to introduce my dear friend, Jamie Googan.
Thank you, Tom. No, the Jamie Googan is my name, and I'm one of the co-founders of a organization called Stuttering Awareness Mental Wellbeing Ireland. So we were founded in 2019, originally on a 12-week on a 12-week trial, and our goal was to meet with the USA President Joe Biden, because he was a Irishman who reached the highest office in the USA. So we set up to originally meet him. Um, over the five over the last 5 years, Ireland is now the only country in the world to gain the support of its prime minister. So 2023, the Prime Minister of Ireland, Micheál Martin, officially launched the International Stuttering Awareness Day, becoming the first prime minister in the world to speak on the issues of the stuttering. So that was a incredible achievement, not only for Ireland and for us, but also for everybody all around the world. Um, we have also addressed our national parliaments 3 times to advocate for the 50,000 people in Ireland who are living with a stutter. And over the next 4 years, Ireland has guaranteed a in a 10,000 uh, recruitment in SLPs. So we're trying to get the waiting list down from 3 years to just a few months. So it is a significant investments uh, that is actually guaranteed to pump into Ireland. Um, Over the last 3 years, we have been honored to represent Ireland and the Estonian community in the White House for the St. Patrick's Day festivities with the USA President Joe Biden. So 2024, we had the honor of spending time with him inside the White House, and we were able to represent Ireland, represent the Stirling community, and also recite to him his favorite poem from Irish poet Seamus Heaney, which is called "The Cure of the Troy." Um, we have organized our evening with support groups that have been going for about 4 years now. So we have supported just over 2,800 individuals through the support groups, which is an amazing achievement for any organization. And we've also brought together the World Stuttering Network, the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, and the Therapy Abroad organization for a once in a lifetime tour to Ireland, where they got to go to Munster Technological University, Cork City Council, Ors an Uachtaráin, which is the home of the Irish president, and ring um, Ireland's Peace Bell, which is an honor only reserved for very, very few individuals. And the last three before these guys were the Pope and the President Joe Biden. So that was an incredible honor for those guys that are coming to visit. And they also got to address our national parliament called Dáil Éireann and advocate for people who have stuttered themselves. We have been lucky enough to connect with individuals all over the world and connect with like-minded individuals, because, like our organization, we operate on a zero funding basis. So we have zero funding gone in, only time, energy, and the passion just to help people. And everything that we do it is a self-funded. So it is a lot of our own personal money that we'll be using and not no one else's. So we are selling people absolutely nothing, just help support. And that is all that we are going to be selling someone. Um, we have set up Ireland's and the only women's support group throughout the entire throughout the entire European Union. So that is a first of its kind for the entire EU, and we hope to build on that the same way that we have built our weekly evening wits. Um, but what is certainly next for us is to um, address the European Parliament and to work with our MEPs in the EU to set up a gold standard approach to therapy. And that is something that we're going to be working on very, very soon, is a set out gold standard approach for the entire EU. And that's only by working with our colleagues and friends at the highest levels in the European Union Parliament. Um, we are very, very lucky to have friendships and connecting with wonderful organizations all around the world. And we look forward to keep working together, keeping the advocacy voice alive and keep on spreading awareness and to give the next generation more opportunities than what we had for ours. So thank you very, very much. And apologies, I am late.
No apologies needed or accepted. Jamie, so, let me check the chat box here. I don't wanna monopolize all the questions here. We see what we've got. Okay, okay. Jamie, uh, how did you get to meet the president of the United States? How did that happen? That's still an amazing tale.
Um, so no, trying to meet your own kind of president is was hard enough, but trying to go to a whole different country and trying to meet someone else's president is certainly a task that 99.9% of people think is going to be impossible. But Michael O'Shea and Michael Ryan and Con and I, though nothing is ever going to be impossible. That impossible will turn into uh, a very real opportunity. But we kind of knew very, very on that if we don't connect and don't start building relationships and building the bridges and building friendships with our leaders in Ireland and the USA, particularly those of Irish American heritage, um, we're not going to get anywhere near the White House. And over the 4 years, then we were able to connect with the highest offices in the land, advocate on our behalf, and make representation to the White House and to the president himself. And when he heard of our mission and when he saw um, what we were doing in Ireland, and in particular the video message that we sent to him with all of the leaders in Ireland and the USA, we got the invitation to the White House.
So you're in the White House, and you make your way over to the president of the USA, and you shake his hand. The Secret Service details encircles you, and you get alone time with him for about 10 or 15 minutes.
Yes,
What was
yeah,
that conversation like? Because you guys talked about stuttering.
yes, yeah. Um, it is. when you spend so long of your time and your own personal life trying to achieve your goal, and then no, that man is standing right in front of you. It is an emotional experience because he's the most powerful man in the world, and he detailed his own stutter. I detailed mine. Um, we recited together his own favorite poem from Seamus Heaney, the one that he used to read in front of the mirror, and what he said that helped him to control his own speech. Um, so we had that. So we had that a special moment, and he did offer words of advice and words of the wisdom, and to keep in touch, no, with him. So no, that is always something that I will have very much adhere to my own heart. Is that the time that you were able to spend with the president? Because after all, he is the most famous man in the world right now who has a stutter, and the most a powerful man who has a stutter too.
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, we've got a something in the chat. Okay, so Manuel says, "Thank you, Jamie, for the fantastic work you were doing. I wanted to ask how support group organizations can lobby people in power to shape policies that ensures that we get them to support us. So can we how can we get a how can we talk to those of influence? How can we get an audience with people of influence?"
So um, I think if you're going to go down that whole path, um, it is important, first of all, that you're not selling politicians anything. That is highly important that there is no selling involved. Um, I think the second, politicians know that a organization is making a fortune from what you're trying to do, they're going to go nowhere as near it. They're going to stay far away from it. We always found that the best way to get an audience with politicians um, is to find people that are close to them and organize the events, have it all for free, have everyone from their parents, from their kids involved, and invite politicians to launch an event or speak at an event. And when they get to see the emotion that goes into um, these events and these meetings, you it is all about working on creating that a friendship with them and turning a working relationship into a friendship. And once you have them as a friend, uh, they're going to be lobbying for you on your behalf. But it is so hard to do. Um, it takes years. This isn't something that's going to happen overnight. And it never has, and it never will. Um, because so many people are going to make money from this, and and it is all about stopping that. But if you can go to them with a significant issue and a resolution that's not going to cost a fortune, then they're going to be listening. So we came. There's 50,000 people in Ireland. Um, the waiting list is 4 years just to get an assessment. We came up with a solution for all of that, that isn't going to cost a fortune, and then that's one way for them to listen. Um, but it is so hard to do. It is. Very, very difficult.
Bring the challenge to them and make sure that you have a solution, is what I
Yeah.
hear Jamie saying. Yeah, so Manuel, from personal experience, when I have tried to contact the heads of organizations, the heads of corporations, I had the best luck when um, I would contact their secretary. I wouldn't go to the president of the organization. I wouldn't go to the vice president. I wouldn't go to their marketing director. I would go to someone's secretary, and I would contact their secretary and ask them if I could talk to their boss, and I've had great luck with that. Basically, if there's somebody that I wanna get to, I figure out who their secretary is, and that's the person I talk to. So, if that helps you also, and that's from my personal experience.
Okay,
Okay,
thank you.
Jamie.
That was helpful.
Alright.
Helpful. Thank you.
Of course.
But one
Um,
thing that might help, that when we got to that meeting, um, what happens is that you get put inside a room, and like you only have two people there with you, and then you're surrounded by 13 politicians, and it is their job um to get the answers that they want, and you're not allowed to ask them anything. They are asking you, and you're sitting in a room for about 90 minutes, and if you don't have the answers to their questions, they're not going to be funding you. So uh like all of the questions are like, why should we be funding the why should we pump more funding into the atmospheric treatment than ADHD? Why should we take money away from ADHD and pump it into the stuttering? And these are the types of these are the type of the conversations that goes on behind the scenes, and they're so hard to answer.
I'm gonna check the chat again. Jamie, I don't see any questions. Do you have any final thoughts as we close your presentation?
I'm just delighted to have to be here today. I didn't think I'd make it, but I'm thankful that I did, and thank you for the opportunity, Tom. You did a fantastic job as always, and to organize a 24-hour event. That takes a lot of time from you and out of your own family life and the personal life. And thank you for your dedication and time. And thank you to everyone involved in the World Story Network. Because without them, the StutterFest won't happen.